morning, everybody. This is Lynna, watching Lynna's Life. I'm driving to another location. But I just watched Mark spin things again, talking about how he's going to take the high road. All of a sudden, he's going to take the high road. And he's not going to watch me or my peanut gallery of losers, right? He calls everyone that watches me useless people. And most recently, he said that everyone on the planet has narcissistic personality disorder. Everyone, not just, so that means he does too, right? But he's going to talk about trans women and narcissistic rage. That's what he says. But he says that he's not going to engage with me anymore. Yet he's going to light me up in the third person tonight on his show. You know, this is the toxicity that I'm talking about. This is the crazy, nonsensical, unbelievably ignorant, malignant narcissist that Mark is. This is just, he's like, you should see him. He's struggling to keep his register of his voice higher because it naturally is longer right now because of all those years of hormones that he took and the changes that happened to him. So he literally thinks that, that he's going to be able to regain his voice as Maritza. That's the deluded nature of my ex. That they literally think that they're going to be able to keep their higher resonance. It's like, and then he's like, ugh, ugh. It's like coughing up a lung, trying to, hi everybody, hello everybody. It's like, if you can't be genuine, then you can't be genuine. If your lower register is where your voice is at, that's where it's at. What are you going to do about it? You can't really change it. You did T, so T is doing a number on you, right? It's made you into a man, right? That's what it basically did. So you can try whatever you want, you can attempt, because I saw it. It's like Mark turns on and off like a fountain when he decides to change genders, which I've watched several times now. Turns on and off, and then like one day he's like all happy to have a beard, another day he's like, can you help me trim my beard? I just don't like how it, and then all of a sudden he's talking in this higher register and he's trying to be more feminine, and it's like, look dude, you're not feminine. If you weren't feminine before, you're not going to be feminine now. All of a sudden you're supposed to be like Maritza, the feminine one. It's like, I don't get it. I truly don't get it. He's an absolute enigma to me. Good morning, Amy. Hello, useless listener of my channel. My peanut gallery person. It's like, Amy and her husband are not useless people. Amy has lived in New York City and has been a part of that town for many, many years. Her husband is an artist. He's a high quality person, just as Amy is. And, what Mark has to say is always destructive and damaging to people. He can't just keep his mouth, from spewing never nice, Mark. You're always mean. You've been mean ever since we were on the channel. You made me mean. I mean, I had to I apologized to people back in 2016 for being such a jerk, But it's like you have the gall to say that you're not a narcissist when that's all you do is gaslight people, like left and right. And also, you think that you're a doctor, but all you are is a retired or out of work occupational therapist without a license. I mean, you're giving faulty advice to people. You're telling them about holistic solutions to links to Bruce Lipton and other people that are into like New Age theories of, of above the genes type of medicine treatment. And it's like, you don't understand that you're putting people's lives at risk by your tin hat, crazy talk, conspiracy theory, anti-vax position. I mean, you haven't gotten the vaccine yet, I'm sure, because you think it's probably dangerous. But, it's like everyone's out to get you. The government's out to get you. You believe that 9/11 was a staged thing. I mean, you think so many things. And now you're just like putting all of your theories about New Age belief, spiritualism, and Christianity. You're wadding it up into some new Archangel Cummings doctrine of belief. And it's like, the Christian community is not going to go for that. They're not going to want to be a part of that nonsense. And what you're doing is you're turning yourself into the most irrelevant person, right? You're a joke to the trans community, so you can't make money there. You've screwed over the Christian community once already. And let me say about Vahid. Again, Vahid. Let's talk about Vahid. What did you do to Vahid? I mean, you literally took apart a Christian woman and you embarrassed her online. And, I'm not lying here. It's true. It's true what you've done. It's just awful. It's awful. It's disgusting what you've actually done to people. And you have the gall, to say that you're going to take the high road. Like I said, you've been gutter running for years. Gutter running. Like you're an absolute gutterball person. And you're just low society people that have no governor. And you think that everybody needs to listen to everything you have to say. And the opposite is true. Nobody should listen to anything you have to say. No one should listen to anything that you have to say. Because everything that you say is toxic and destructive. It just is, And so you want to take the high road? You want to call me the narcissist? I'm just so sick and tired and disgusted. Again, the word I think of when I think of you is disgust. Who would take a trans woman and sabotage their transition? I mean, who would take a trans woman and work them out trying to build muscles like a man? Who would take a trans woman and put her on testosterone and stuff when, you have like an opening and stuff? I mean, who does that? You're a diabolical, evil person. And, I'm sorry if you don't like the truth and you think it's toxic for me to speak like this about you, but I have zero respect for you. Zero. None. Absolutely not one iota. look back at those 6 years and I think, what was I thinking? Why? Why did I drive down there and subject my life to such torture and abuse? I mean, it was literally a torturous time period of my life. And you want to say that you're the one that was being abused? I mean, you need to look back at what you did to me. You need to look back at the times you held me, restrained me, baited me to fight you. Do you remember those times? I didn't fall for any of them. I asked you to leave me alone. You wouldn't leave me alone. You used your aggression and your muscles that you had because, yes, you were bodybuilding. Yes, you had more muscle mass than I did. And, you can say what you want about, people being like, I don't know, like, I'm a dainty woman. Oh my gosh. Have you seen Mark's back? It's not the back of a woman. It's the back of a man. And I don't know if you're intersex or I don't know what happened to you in birth. I have no idea what happened to you. All I know is that you're not a normal woman. All I know is that your body has adapted to testosterone in ways that most FTM's bodies wouldn't. So, you could try to take back all your femininity and everything, whatever you think you have. But at the end of the day, you're just no different than a late transitioning trans woman trying to be a woman. I mean, and you're at a disadvantage because you're not taking any hormones. None. And that is the highest degree of lunacy I've ever heard. No hormones in a body that's human. Or is it? Is it human? Is that why you're not taking hormones? Because demons don't need hormones at all. They just exist. Is that what it is? I don't know. I truly don't know. I don't know you. I don't know what you were doing, what you were thinking when you got together with me. I don't know what in the world you were intending for me. I don't. I have no idea. But I do know that you're a liar. I do know that you don't tell the truth. I do know that you're an opportunist and you're looking for excuses for your bad behavior. No one self-diagnoses themselves, okay? If you have ADHD, if you think you do, then go get checked. There are objective findings to these things, right? You don't self-diagnose your psychological condition. Your mental condition is best diagnosed by a professional who is, versed in that kind of thing. You aren't. No matter what you want to say, whatever occupational therapist, educational pamphlets you got on psychology is not the same as being a psychologist who studied psychology. It just isn't. So all of your self-diagnosing and then telling people to get off of pain meds because it's going to kill them and stuff, when you don't even understand, degeneration, things that are autoimmune related. I don't claim to be a doctor, nor do I claim to be a medical professional, but I do know that I don't know. And that's your problem. Your problem is that you think that you know. You think you know. You think you know everything about every subject when you know nothing about any subject. It's like the opposite is true with you. You project, you pretend, you play along. You told me that the way that you were able to get, permission to transition was you just said all the quote unquote right things. And you've said in the past, I never had any gender dysphoria. I never felt anything like that. So you're just like an enigma. You're like a riddle. No one knows who you are, what you are, and what your intentions are. No one knows anything about you. All we know is that you flip-flop, you go with whatever tide is the highest at the time. You can't make any money with the trans community. Not that you ever did, but you know that the only people who are going to give you any kind of attention at all are right-wing Christian extremists, and you're going to try to reach kids. Please, for the love of God, for the love of these young people, don't get involved with children. Don't talk to them. You're dangerous. The advice that you have to give is toxic. If you tell a young person, what they should or shouldn't do with regards to their transition, you could literally kill them. So please stay away from trans kids. Please, I beg you. Don't. They don't need your help. They don't need your advice. You need to just stay away. You should just get off the internet and go on a sabbatical and go find Jesus and, get your whatever needs to be done for your transition back to being a woman. Go work, make money, get hair, make money, lose hair. There's things that you can do other than, and if people, if you don't like my channel, you don't even have to listen to it because it's not for you. Yeah, but see, the problem, Mark, is that what you're saying is offensive to people, and people are going to come to your channel because they're going to be offended by what you're saying. It's like just looking at you is offensive. It is, because you wear arrogance on your sleeve like a badge of honor. You wear it like a badge of honor. It's like, if you don't like the way I am, I can't help it. It's like you make excuses. I'm Aspergery. And what's Aspergery anyway? Is that like an adjective for having Asperger's and being on the ASD scale? You think that you know something about anything, and you don't know anything about anything. It's like, seriously, when you got sick, you'd think that with all the wonderful natural remedies that you've taken, and we've been on the urine therapy thing, we've taken the vegan route, we've done keto, we've done all meat all the time, the carnivore diet, we've done coconut water fasts, we've done raw food, okay, but when December came around and you got sick, your body just kind of like blew up on you. You didn't even, it's like it didn't have anything to protect itself. You got more sick than I did. I got sick for a week. You got sick for 17 days. And you say that it's Jesus who was like speaking to you. He's speaking to you to tell you to do this. My God is not a God of destruction and damage and death and demeaning and disgusting things. He's not a God of that. Those are the things that you like to promote. You're ripping Mars after you interviewed him. You're diagnosing him with a mental condition now. You don't want to say that you feel that if people are gay that they're going to hell because you don't want to hear it, but you make a video later and you say, yeah, a certain somebody that, they were baiting me to say. No, Mars was asking you to honestly give the viewers, his viewers, your opinion about whether you think that people in the LGBT are going to hell. And you couldn't even have the guts to speak. You just had to the Bible says certain things, and I don't think I should have to talk about my personal beliefs. It's like you keep on spinning it, you don't want to tackle the issue because you're going to offend people. You're going to get all kinds of hate mail and all kinds of comments, and then you're like, and if you want to come to my channel, you better come with positivity, because if you come with criticalness or any negativity, or if you're upset, I'll block you. Not only will I block you, but I'll remove you as a user from my channel, and all your comments will be erased. That's called, what, cancel culture? Is that what that is? Is that what that is? Because what you're doing is you're not giving people a fair forum to speak. People have a legitimate beef with you. And there are people from around the world that have a legitimate beef with you because you are a person who constantly likes to stir the pot. I mean, it's like you live in the kitchen like this. It's like, what else can I do to F people's lives up? What else can I do to bother people? What else can I do to offend others? Let's go for trans kids now. Trans kids are under attack by the Republican Party and by extreme fundamental right-wing people that support you. They're under attack. Their life is under attack. There are people now moving from the state of Texas because they're afraid for their trans kid. It's like we're going back to the Confederacy when being black was, you were a slave if you were black, and then people were, Harriet Tubman. Wait, I don't know if you know about history, but Harriet Tubman had the Underground Railroad. And no, it wasn't a railroad. It was just a word that they used to describe, how she would run people down, and up to the free parts of the United States. I mean, I know, it's probably too much for you to grasp, because, you think you know everything, but you don't even know where east, west, north, and south is. It's like I have to tell you, things about direction that you don't know. And then you claim, now it's because I'm a woman. Oh, and Lynna doesn't want to tell you about the time that we went hiking and Lynna just yelled at me. It's like, no, it was a creek. It was 2 feet deep, and big burly Mark was hesitant about getting in the water or getting on the rocks to cross over to the other side. I walked over there and I walked back, and we ended up going a different way. And then there was this little kind of ditch with water running through it, and all you had to do was jump over. Mark hesitated, didn't want to go, and I'm like, okay, well, if you don't want to go, Kat, I'm not gonna grill you, you're just gonna stand there until you decide to cross the path. I'll go check out stuff and you can join me whenever you feel like it. It wasn't rageful, it wasn't angry, and Mark's twisting it to seem like, I can't believe you can't cross this thing. I'm just gonna go. I mean, I know that you have issues with crossing things and, elevation and all that. And, whenever you decide, go ahead. I'll be over here, right? Lynna, don't leave me. Lynna, don't leave. I'm like, I'm not leaving you. I'm just going up the road here on the side of the trail. It's not narcissistic rage on my part. It's not. I'm not a narcissist. I mean, the way you know, Mark, that someone isn't a narcissist is if they ask themselves if they are. Okay, according to you now, everybody on the planet, because of social media, including the pygmies in Africa and the Aborigines in Australia, they all have narcissistic personality disorder. You said everybody. And see, that's the thing about you, is that you speak in such an absolutist, black and white way about everything. It's like everything you talk about, and it's like they asked you that, you know, in your interview with Mars, which I thought was a very good interview. Actually, if Mars ever watches this at all, I just wanted to compliment him on doing such a fair and balanced interview and keeping you at bay, because you wanted to bite at people from the comment section, and Mars is like, Maritza, we're not going to be talking about that. Those comments are not going to be beneficial to our show. We're not going to talk about, you know, the things that, you know, we fought about. Because, see, Mark likes to fight. He's like, let me fight. You know, it's like, let me fight Lynna. Because, honestly, he goes, I didn't draw first blood. Oh, no, I don't do that. That's not me. Why would I do that? I'm like, you know, feeble, innocent, little, you know, flowery, soft, sensitive. I put myself second the whole relationship. No, Mark, you put yourself first in everything, because we did everything according to you, according to your way. It was you who had the grocery list and told me what to get. I was pushing the cart, and you were the one who were like, okay, let's get this today. Let's not get this. Okay, here's my list. Okay, Lynna, let's go. And I'm like, okay, let's go. Let's do whatever you say. Whatever you say, boss. You know, it's like, Lynna, you know, I don't think that you should be eating that. Lynna, I don't think that you should be wearing that. Lynna, I don't think that you should be, you know, acting that way. Lynna. And then I'm just like, Lynna out. You know, if I look at something at the store, it was like, oh, you're materialistic. You know, if I just, you know, I remember we went to we were getting our engagement rings. God, I wish we never would have done that. We went to a mall in Las Cruces, New Mexico, and it was my first time back at a mall since I had my accident. And you guys know how frequently I went to Macy's and to the Mall of America and to all the different malls in the Minneapolis, St. Paul area. I love the mall, right? So I went to the mall. I grew up going to the mall. I'm not going to go into that. I was a mall rat. So when we got engaged and stuff, we got the rings, it was like a beeline to the jewelry store and a beeline outside back to the car. There was no like, hey, Lynna, you want to look around? I mean, I like walked through Dillard's, I remember, and I was like, oh, that's cute. Oh, that's nice too. And it's like, oh, I could just see it. It's in your eyes, you know. I'm like, what? I mean, I can't even breathe with this man. He like suffocates the air around me. And now he twists things to make it seem like I never loved you as Lynna. I only saw you as a man. And I went along with your charade. Of course, he married me twice. I mean, yeah, I went back, but not because I wanted to. It was out of guilt. I felt, you know, obligated, you know, because guilt, you know, I am an empathetic person, and I feel things, and I feel bad when somebody has done something good for me, like help me get over an injury. And, you know, I feel like I'm responsible to give them whatever they want, you know, in return for helping me in a moment of crisis in my life. And, you know, God, I wish I wouldn't have done that. I wish I just would have said thank you very much. I just got my used Dodge Intrepid. I'll be seeing you April 2015. Goodbye. See you later. Have a great life and enjoy yourself. You know, you could start drinking again and you know, doing whatever you like to do. You know, but no, I felt like I needed to stay. You know, I felt that it was important. And then things happened and we got engaged and we got, you know, I mean, there was a point where we were like, he was like, okay, so are we going to do like a gender neutral wedding? Like we both wear togas? And I'm like, I'm not going to be doing no toga. I don't want a toga. And it was like, he briefly detransitioned in the month of May or April or May or something, right? And it was like started getting off of tea and started to detransition. But by the time June rolled around, when we got married, he was back to being Mark again. And so it's like, it all just kind of like, just kind of blows up in my head. Just everything that's taken place with this sad, pathetic individual who's been a predator trying to destabilize my transition. And it's like, and still has the gall to say, Lynna, I don't know why you think that it's impossible for God to like restore you and bring you back to your family. And it's like, dude, can you please take yourself and get yourself out of my life? Can you not care? Can you just back off? Can you just go away forever? I mean, because I wasn't here trying to make... You guys know I wasn't here in February making videos about Mark. I wasn't here in March making videos about Mark. I wasn't here in April making videos about Mark. I simply was talking about my life. My life was blissful and pleasant. And the things that are going to happen in my life are going to blow you guys away, because I am really going to be able to be who I've wanted to be all my life. You know, I'm going to be given permission to just live my life and just be Lynna. Not Cummings, no, Lynna. And I'm going to be able to share with you guys. My life is going to be so exciting, you guys. I'm going to travel. I'm going to see new places. I'm going to dine in beautiful restaurants and other places. I'm going to be able to get whatever I want, you know, because not because I want it, but because I'm loved, and the person that I'm with is going to want to give me those things. See, that's the difference, Mark. You love what you love, and you love yourself. You loved, you know, it's like, Lynna, I'm going to make you into the woman that I want you to be. See, but what you got wrong was that you're not supposed to be in it to change people. You're supposed to be in it to accept people as they are, to love every nook and cranny of them, to love the imperfections and the flaws and everything that comes with being who they are. And in my case, I have a trans history, right? You need to love that history, love the person that I am now, and not try to change me. See, because love does not try to change people. See, what you talk about as being love is some perverted form of lust or sexual, I don't know, because everything's sexual with you, multiple partners, let's not even go into all that stuff. But, it's like true love doesn't make people change. And that's all you wanted me to do. You just wanted me to be like that person. And you did it to Gabriella too. It's like she told me that she was going to be my geisha girl. And it's like, you expected someone to wait on you hand and foot like some ancient Japanese samurai warrior coming back home from battle and having his little petite dainty Asian wife just ooze all over him and do whatever he says and be his love slave. And it's like your concept of couples is absolutely warped. You think that you put yourself second when you weren't even considerate, like, about what I wanted to eat. Like, did I want to eat oatmeal every freaking morning? Did I want to have the same stupid meal that you always like to make? No. I am variety. I like change. I'll eat Maracona almonds one day and pistachios the next. I'll stop at Five Guys one day and then I'll eat apples the next day. I mean, I love variety. That's me. And you made that to seem like it was something wrong. Oh, Lynna's never satisfied. Lynna never likes things. Lynna's never, can't stay in one place. You're damn right I can't stay in one place because I love to travel. I am an adventurer at heart and I like new experiences. That's me. I don't need to be crucified for it. You're like, oh, Lynna, I'm not much different than you. I mean, I up and left and went to Argentina. I've sold my business off. It's like, yeah, I know, but you've done it for different reasons. Like, you went to go have menage a trois sex with people when you went on your journey, your spiritual enlightenment trip that included, going on mushrooms and, hallucinating with your friends and, doing whatever in the back of a truck, like some homeless trio. And then you went to Argentina, sold everything so that you could be with Gabriella, and then you just it's like you got on T, you turned into this bear, and I mean, it's like you're just like all over the place, but you're not like me. I mean, you're not anything like me, and you don't have my heart. You don't have my empathy. You don't have anything. You don't have a soul. You have pure darkness in you. I mean, pure darkness. And I know what it's like to be in darkness, and I know what it's like to be in light. And being with you was mostly darkness. Just sorry to say, I don't know. And you're still dark even now. I mean, you're gloating. You literally think that you're God's gift to humanity. That humanity needs you. That you're like necessary for the functioning of humans. And that you're God's messenger. You have a message to say, yes, it's going to offend people, but, you people need to understand that. You can't just have one way be the right way. Other people need to talk. And, okay, it's fine to talk. It's fine to talk. But when you offend, when, you say you want to, tone down your abrasiveness, I've been begging you to tone down your abrasiveness for years. You think that you're going to tone it down now all of a sudden? I don't think so. You're abrasive because it's your nature to be abrasive. The best thing you can do is get off the internet because no one wants to hear abrasive people talk. and abrasive people don't get to like be very popular on YouTube. I mean, you got to do things that market you, right? That make you someone that people want to listen to. But what you're doing now, do you think people want to listen to you? Do you really think that people want to listen to you? Other than your Trump flag bearing, right-wing Christian fundies that, are like, yeah, it's called a restraining order. You need to put a restraining order on your ex. It's like, I need to put a restraining order on you, Mark, because you have been toxic to me. I tried to do that in St. Paul, Minnesota, and the cops told me, you need to, talk to the police department in Silver City. So what, do I need to put a restraining order on you in Apache Junction for what you say? Because you're going to say stuff about me tonight, and you're going to say that, oh, it's not just one trans woman, it's all, but you know right well. And I encourage people to watch what Mark's going to say, because he's going to talk about trans women being rageful and narcissist. It's like, and who's calling the kettle black? I mean, seriously, the person with a big attitude problem that wears their attitude on their sleeve like a tattoo that they're proud of, literally, It's like, and another thing, I never wanted a tattoo. I didn't ask for a tattoo. I didn't say, oh, I've wanted one all my life. No. Mark wanted me to have a tattoo. So he's like, I'm going to buy you a tattoo for your birthday. And of course, the tattoo came from my bank account. Of course, my birthday was me paying myself, but Mark saying that he paid for it. When Mark didn't do anything, he barely ever used money out of his account. Maybe it was leasing a car in Silver City that, or furniture or something that he bought in Fort Lauderdale, something like that. But other than that, his money was his money, free and clear. Nobody ever touched it. I didn't know anything about it. My account, the one that he opened and had me put my direct deposit in, that was the main account. That was the one that he gifted from. Like, hey, let me buy you some cubic zirconia earrings this Christmas. Oh, that'd be great, Coming from his account? No. So, I think that, you thinking that you're going to take the high road and that you're painting this image of you being this person who just like has to like get rid of toxic people, and calling my friends, people that like have messaged me and said, I feel bad for you, what you had to go through. Like, you unfriended my friend Elliot, right? You unfriended my friend Elliot. Why? Oh, because Elliot came over to my channel and commented on my live stream on Facebook. You're like monitoring people's allegiance to you. It's like you're monitoring people's, are you being allegiant to me? Because if you're going to go over to my ex's channel, you're like doing it behind my back. And it's like, Mark, just to give you an idea, YouTube and Facebook are public domains, right? So publicly, Elliot was just going over to my channel and listening to me, because Elliot was my friend too, Mark. It just wasn't your friend, although you gave him all kinds of faulty information, but Elliot was my friend and is my friend. And I guess you're calling Elliot useless. You spread all this misinformation, you argue with Elliot's friends, you put people down, You look people up on Facebook and call people the cat lady, trying to just find a little thing to stab people with. You premeditatingly go after people. You assault people on Facebook and attack them, trying to take them down psychologically. Oh, I can find their weakness, Lynna. Oh, just wait. I should have been hired by the CIA. I am so good. I am this. I am that. It's like, dude, you know, that woman literally told you off and said, you know, that is so pathetic. You're such a twit. Because that's what you are. You're a twit. And your channel is irrelevant to most of YouTube. You know, you have your little group that, you know, your little born-again group that likes to follow you and stuff. But, no. I don't see your channel lasting. There's active engagement. Not by me, but by other people. Other groups, actually, that are seeking to take your channel down. And in time, you'll find out. And then maybe you just get a JOB and stop being such a SOB. Because that's what you've been. Quite literally. Quite literally. Yeah, I wish Mark would stop too. And Jamie, you're not a useless person. You're a healthcare worker, a person who's helped people for years. You know, I mean, these are the people that Mark calls useless. It's like career people, people that are professionals, people that have reputations and are well respected. These are the people that Mark, living in a trailer in the middle of a hot burning desert, has the gall to call useless. Maybe what you're doing is useless because you're not helping and serving anyone but yourself and your own need to be on YouTube. I mean, you have to be on YouTube. You just can't not be on YouTube. It's like YouTube is your identity. YouTube is, you know, I'm a YouTuber. Oh, okay, Mr. 5,900 subscribers in what, 12 years of being on YouTube. I mean, YouTube's been suppressing my subscriber list for years because they don't like me. It's like everybody's always against you. And it sounds very, very similar to, just let me see, former president, President 45. Yeah, you sound just like him. You know, people don't respect me because they think that I don't. It's like same malignant narcissism. And you don't know. You'll never find out because people like you, you'll never admit that you're a narcissist. Although now you're telling everybody that everybody on the planet, like everybody, has narcissistic personality disorder. And then you like have to add the little caveat of, and it's more common in men. Just to let you know, just a little tidbit, as if, you know, trans women are like the queens of being, you know, narcissists and stuff. When, if I look up the word gaslight, it's got your mug on it. Yeah, it's got your bald head and your black rimmed glasses, and it says, I am a gaslighter. That's what it says. I mean, I can show it to you. I mean, I think it's in a book somewhere, because you are the definition of a gaslighter. You take a match, and you light it up, and you light people up with a smirk and a smile, and you think you're being all like, you know, non-sarcastic and stuff. You're like, I'm literal. I don't even understand sarcasm. But then you're like, oh, Did you see my brows? They're real brows. They're not fake brows. They're not the kind of brows that it's like, oh, you're being cutesy. Oh, that's what it is. You're being cutesy. Oh, forgive me for not taking, for not being offended by your cutesy little, oh, I'm such a precious woman behavior. No, you're a jerk. You're a lowlife. You're just not worth my time. And I regret, like I said before to your face, I regret ever falling into your universe. It's the worst thing that could have ever happened to me. I have like an eyelash. It's coming up. Like, these eyelashes, like, such a pain sometimes. It's like you want to, like, have them, like, sit nicely, and they, like, have a mind of their own. But it's all right. Learning curve, Mom didn't teach me. Didn't have girlfriends in high school that taught me either, so just kind of learning on the go. But yeah, so I'm glad that you're gonna stop. You're gonna not talk about me, but you're gonna talk about me. So can't wait to watch your show, Narcissists and Narcissistic Rage in Trans Women. What a wonderful topic. It's so enlightening. I'm sure it's going to help the Christian community in ways that are just going to make them fall in love with Jesus all the more. No, or is it just you raging? Is it just you grandstanding and talking about an issue again and painting yourself as this dainty woman with little hands and, your little, hi everybody, this is Maritza. It's like, you're such a fake. A fake. Nothing genuine about you. You fooled me into marrying you 2 times. You lied to me about what your intentions were. It's like, but 6 months from now, just say 6 months from now, that's why I'm smiling. That's why I'm smiling. Because you're gonna, you're probably gonna get upset at all the wonderful things that are gonna be taking place in my life. Because I have a wonderful future in store. I do. It's a life of privilege and luxury and excitement and spontaneity and love more than anything else. Love and full unconditional love. Full acceptance. Something you could never give me. Something I could never give you, because you weren't that person. You kept talking. We're twin flames. We're twin souls. It's like, we are not twins anything. It's like, again, oil and water. They repel each other. Capricorn and Aquarius. Not good. Not Capricorn. Cancer and Aquarius. Not good. It's like, no. But you can't hurt me anymore. I know you're going to want to hurt me tonight. You're going to have your little thing to say. And I'll do a rebuttal video on that one too. I'll say, that's not true. I'll say that's lies. And I'll just leave it up for history's sake. It's so pathetic having to deal with a loser ex like you. It just is. I wish it didn't bother me so much, but it's what's current right now in my life. And you're like that. You know, like that. Really, like I have a plantar's wart in my foot, and I've had it since high school. I was at a gym, and I guess I got something on the floor, and I'm constantly like scraping dead skin off of the bottom of my left foot, just behind the toes, and it's like a little round thing that just keeps growing. And it's like one time I was able to get like this little stringy thing out, and it was gone, right? But then it came back. Mark's like one of those things. He's like a foot fungus, like a plantar's wart, that just won't go away. You know. That's how I feel about Mark. That's how disgusted I am by his behavior. Because I don't know how many times I begged him to not take this public and not to make a mockery and to, and I held back as long as I could. I really did. I held back and I didn't engage. Then one day he decided to make a video and said, "What kind of people are gonna leave their family of 5 and go to live their fantasy life?" It's like a 30-second blurb of a video that was directed. Of course, he says, "Oh no, you're just one of many." It's like, no, but not many people have 5 children, Einstein, right? I did. So he says that. And then he makes a blog and he talks about my children, talks about my ex. Any mention of them is like, okay, like you can say things about me, but when you start getting involved with my children that you don't even know, that just don't like you and see you as a demon, literally have nightmares about you, my daughter did, and my son said some choice words to you back in 2016 and said, "Don't you ever hurt my dad. If you go after my dad, I'm gonna hunt you down." It's like my son, he's like my oldest son. He was like defending me because he saw you as a predator, Mark Angelo Cummings, Maritza Cummings, Perdomo de la Cruz, whatever you are, from Cuba. They don't like you. They don't want to be on your blog. My ex would care less about you, didn't even think of you as a person, didn't want to engage with you in conversation, didn't care if you got saved, didn't care about you. But you think that you can write a blog about it. It's like, and then you say you didn't draw first blood. Liar. Liar. It's like, I don't lie. I might have hidden stuff from you because, I couldn't shop. So I I got to get stuff on Amazon. Oh, package is coming. I better hide it from Mark because Mark is not going to let me have it. I'm going to argue with Mark if I get it, if I ask him about it. So it's like, get it, ask permission, it's like, take it and ask permission later, or whatever. It's like, but no, you're a liar. You're a liar and you're a twister of the truth. And you're a deceiver and an opportunist. And I will say that until the cows come home, because I don't think you're a legitimate Christian. And I don't think you're a legitimate human. Again, I don't even think you're human. So, I'm going to get to working. And yes, working. And I can do that. It's my legal right. And it's my business, first and foremost. So if you want to threaten me with calling Social Security on me because I'm working, go right ahead. Do whatever you need to do. Because that's what demons do. They accuse and they try to screw everybody's life up. You know? I don't want to do that though, but Lynna is like, you know, she's stupid. She's like projecting her life onto YouTube, and if Social Security finds out, it's like, dude, please get out of my business. You know, no one's going to talk about you and how you got Walmart to pay for your RV. I mean, you want me to go into that? You want me to talk about how that was questionable, maybe? I don't think you do. But, you know. Just, can you leave me alone? Because I want to be left alone. Can you not talk about me? You can't. I'm sure I'll be disgusted more by you tonight as you do a takedown of me in the form of trans women and narcissistic rage, neither of which I have. Neither am I narcissistic, nor am I rageful. Disgusted, yes. Plenty of disgust, but not rageful and not narcissistic. Anyway, I'm sorry, you guys, that this has to be so negative. I'm sorry that you guys have to be a part of something that's not beneficial to anybody. And I regret doing these things. Whenever I get done with them, I regret doing them because it doesn't help my day. It doesn't help me feel any better. But just want you guys to know the truth, you know. The truth of being with a brutal dictator, a monster, a real pain in the you-know-what, who says that he put himself second for me. Goodness gracious. That couldn't be further than the truth. No. Mark's always been looking out for number one. And maybe he did step out of his comfort zone. Like, he even admitted, I was always after myself. I was always taking care of my own thing and all this and all that. And when I had to take care of you, I became selfless. No, you just became occupied with helping someone. And I was a patient, you know, and you hadn't been in practice for a while. And you missed it. So, don't paint yourself out to be Mother Teresa when you're Satan. Don't. Doesn't look good. Alright. Well, I'll see you guys later. Thank you for watching, and hopefully I'll come back with a different video. Something better, something more positive, something more happy. But until then, see you guys later. Bye.